the Department of Peacebuilding. This would be a cabinet-level department in the federal government that would look at peace building in all these different areas and try to find the best practices, identify them, research the effectiveness of them, and promote what works best in various areas. What this could look like 15, 20 years down the road is potentially an end to war. Hi, my name is Dan Kahn. I'm the executive co-director of the Florida Restorative Justice Association, and I'm also a volunteer staff member at the Community Connections Restorative Justice Program. Here in Tallahassee, in our local program, we work with teenagers aged 13 to 17. Statewide, with the Florida Restorative Justice Association, I try to promote the work of practitioners and teachers and facilitators who are working with people of various ages using restorative justice practices. That's one form of peace building. Most of us, if not all of us, probably practice some forms of peace building in our day-to-day life, whether with colleagues or children, other family members. There are things that we do, practices that we call upon to be able to have less violence, more transformed conflict, better cooperation. And we do them because we've learned them and we've practiced them and we see them working. There is also a realm of structured peace-building practices in the more structured areas of our lives, in school, in the workplace, in the criminal justice system, and in international relations. There are peace-building tools and programs and policies in each of these areas that can make it easier for us to cooperate and to resolve conflicts. What a Department of Peacebuilding would help to do is to bring these programs and practices to a much bigger scale. We could have more of the positive effects of these practices and programs in more of our lives. The ways these practices work are not so mysterious. A lot of it involves listening, willingness, and listening skills. We all know basically how to listen. There are ways of listening that give more space for other people to really express themselves and be heard without judgment. There are also practices for making sure that each person in a given situation has an opportunity to be heard, and then that there are structures in place to act on what people hear from each other to promote the best interests of all people involved. I've seen these tools at work in my own work with the local program, working with teenagers and their families. When people are heard and they get that they're being heard without judgment, suddenly they have a lot more space and willingness to hear other people and to take other people's interests into consideration. They have more access to a bigger picture of how we can act and speak in ways that serve more of us as a community, as a society. So there's this world of peace-building tools, social emotional learning, restorative justice practices, mediation at various levels. There's this whole realm of ways to build peace. And there are things that we do in our own lives in less formal ways, when we try to be helpful to people, when we try to reduce violence in any situation, we're trying to build peace.